Hi everyone, today I would just like to talk to you and share with you some of the MMORPGs that Light and I have played before. The first MMO I ever played was Maple Story, and that was a really long time ago, and I played a bandit until level 70 or so, and the grind was just really tough, and there was a whole lot of chaosing back then. And maps were pretty much filled, so you have to buy it from other people just to level. And it got to a point where it was just so tough to level, and I just stopped. The second game was Cabal C, and that was the first game that Light and I played together, and we were on the Mercury server. He was a Force Blader, I was a Blader. And Light was really skilled in PvP. Every day there would be someone asking to PvP him, and there would also be other guilds that want to have a war with us. Later on, they introduced a world war system where two factions can fight against each other in another world, and that was really fun as well. That was the first time I ever experienced a server-wide PvP system. And afterwards, when we kind of reached endgame content and there was nothing else to do, we just kind of stopped playing the game. Next, we just played a slew of private servers because back then we were just students and we didn't really want to pay to play a game or sub for monthly. And also, some high-rate servers are really addictive when you can dish out a whole lot of damage, and they also have special custom items that were really fun. There was Lineage 2, and this game was really beautiful. You can see that the characters had wings, and it wasn't really that fun though, so we played in one day and just quit in one day. And Rohan, as I recall, was really grindy, but the characters looked pretty nice as well. We played Cabal and Maple Story on other high-rate servers as well, and as you can see, I was really psyched I could do so much damage in Maple, finally. And then on to RO, it was both high-rate and low-rate servers, and that was my first time playing Ragnarok online, but Light had played that before when he was a little kid, and that was his favoriteest game, as he would always say. It really is a fun game because it's really different from the other MMORPGs out there. It's 2.5D and you can customize your gear with monster cards. You make a ton of cute hats that look really cute. And also, all the classes are really fun to play as well. I really love all the meteors and the Sure Strike. But then these Koreans really love their grindy games like Maple Story. You can see that even 30 times is kind of hard to grind already. There was also another game called Pandora Saga, and we played that in beta, but after a while they kind of shut down, I think. This next game, I would say, changed my life of MMOs, and it's World of Warcraft. And that we played on a private server as well, but on a relatively low rate one. And I remember my first raid was to Sunwell Plateau with a guild that we randomly joined, and that was the first time I fought huge bosses with a lot of people and got epic loot as well. Also, flying on your mount through realms was something that no other game can really do. I also tried crafting and gathering and selling stuff on the auction houses. During my period in WoW, I also fell in love with playing a healer because that holy shock was just too good. This was also the time that I started liking PvP, but the Warsong Gulch type of PvP, not upfront PvP, and because that was really fun when you get to capture enemy flags and just play with a bunch of people. Afterwards, I kept on playing when Light and my friends stopped, and I went to pub raids at Naxxramas, just exploring and crafting and gathering in general. At one point, we were just playing PS3 games until we heard about Diablo 3. And I personally haven't played Diablo 2 before because at the time I probably was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon or something, but Light and his friends played Diablo 2 before and they were raving about how awesome it was, so it made us kind of hyped up for Diablo 3. On the pre-release date, we kind of queued for hours just for the physical copy, and that was really crazy. I would say that Diablo 3 is kind of like an MO instead of an MMO because you can't really see other players in the world except for yourself and 3 other friends, and that tends to get kind of lonely. And I was mainly a monk while Light was a barbarian, and I stuck with it even though the glass cannon build at the time was kind of popular and everyone was playing the wizard or the hunter. When you keep doing the same maps and stories again and again, it tends to get kind of boring, but one good thing about Diablo 3 was the real money auction house, and we kind of made a pretty penny off of it by selling all our loot. But Light says that real money kind of interferes with gameplay, so it doesn't make it as fun anymore, so it was kind of a good call that they removed it recently. Then it was Guild Wars 2, and Light was just raving about this game even before it came out, and he would make me watch all the producer interviews with him because he was really excited. It was made out to be like a whole new ball game for MMOs, but to me it was kind of overrated. There wasn't really a specific class that you can play, so I was kind of disappointed I didn't get to heal, and the dungeons weren't really all that memorable, and I didn't really enjoy doing them at all, and they had a new system which is kind of like the Fate system in FFXIV right now, so that was new. The look of the armors and weapons were kind of recycled every few levels, so if you're into aesthetics, I think you'll be disappointed as I was too. And when I reached the endgame dungeon, I believe it was called Fractals of the Mists, I was around level 4, but no one else was doing that, so I kind of stopped as well. Next was RO2, and oh my god, I don't even know if I should mention this because it got quite a lot of hate, especially from the people that I know, because it kind of sucked. And because RO was such a good game, we kind of expected RO2 to live up to the hype as well, but we were really disappointed. The graphics were a lot more different, but I feel that if you can't really do a good 3D, you might as well stick to 2D like MapleStory, because this would look okay on a DS, but on PC it's a no-no. The monsters are really cute though, but overall it feels like a game for kids, and I think we played for less than a month and then we stopped playing. Because you know why? Light found out that IRO is now free to play. Yes, the real RO server. So we went there with another friend, and I can't recall if it got easier or not, but they implemented a new system called the Eden group, so it's kind of easier to level. And we even got married, in game of course. Then we slowly stopped playing because we heard news of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, and previously we heard of FF14, but at the time our comps just couldn't really handle the system, so we didn't really play it. But we saw the character creations, and when I saw the Lalafell, I was like, that's the one I'm playing. Okay, so that's pretty much it for MMOs. I think I could have forgotten some, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So If you want to hear about other games like CD-ROMs, Game Boy, DS, let us know and be sure to check out our links below. Bye!